Welcome back to our last week of 7 Ways in 7 Weeks. And this week we're going to look at being kind. Being kind, of course you're familiar with that. Being relational looks a little harder at what that means to be kind. And we see being kind as being all about power. Yeah, power. You know, some people are very uncomfortable with power, had bad experiences with power. Some people love power. You know, others not even aware of power. We want you to be aware and to know how much power you have, because you have a lot. We like to think of it in terms of the daily dozen. Yeah, at least 12 different forms of power. And the question is always for us the choice. How might we use our power to be relational? Because we could use it to be transactional, maximizing our own needs over others, or we can choose to be relational. So what are some of these currencies of power? Well, we have physical power. We're able to move about, we're strong, or whatever our size is. We have sexual power. We have financial power. We have talent power. We have knowledge power. We have temporal, time power. These are just a few. We have communication power. Let's take a look at communication power and your communication power, which you have a lot of. So let's take a scenario. Let's say that you are an adult and you have brothers and sisters, and your father has passed away, and now your mother is failing, your elderly mother. Whether it's dementia or something else or something along the Alzheimer's spectrum, it's happening, and your siblings and you are, it's confusing, but you're trying to work it out. And you were the last sibling to visit your mom. So communication power and the idea of being kind, you would have choices. So let's say that you chose not to be kind, but to use your communication power in a transactional way. What might that look like? Well, it could be that you withhold information that you noticed and you saw when you were with your mom that would be important for your siblings to have, but you don't give that to them. It could be that you had something that you cozied up to your mom about because maybe it's around inheritance or about property or about something else that you're trying to jockey for. That would be very transactional as well. It could be that you would use your communication power, let's say, to divide your siblings or say something that would upset them and get them angry against each other. That would be very transactional. But let's take that same situation, using all that communication power that you have, and look at it relationally, and how it is in using power relationally, it's being kind. Well, let's say you come back from that meeting with your mother, caring for her, and you engage with your other siblings. Maybe it's a text where you say, can we all get together one night this week by phone so I can share with you what I saw? Or maybe it's a decision that you put forth and make and ask your siblings to join you in engaging regularly in discussions about your mom. Or maybe it's getting a mediator in to help you and your siblings engage with each other. That would be kind, a way of using your communication power relationally. Or let's say you get back and you are persuading your siblings to see a different possibility. That's communication power used relationally if it's good for your mom and good for them. Or maybe it's a way that you use your sense of humor. That's communication power in a way that brings some levity to a situation that's tense or sad. Or maybe you're a good advocate and you advocate relationally in ways that will be good for all of your siblings in your family and your mom. That would be using your communication power relationally. Or maybe it's the words that you choose to use. Words that are soothing. Words that give recognition to your siblings for things that they did, rather than remembering something that one of your siblings didn't do well before or failed on and you bring that up. That's not relational. We want to be relational and use our communication power in ways that are kind. And you know, another aspect of how we use our communication power is the choice in what we say, but also the choice in what we don't say. I mean, is it necessary to harp on a sibling, if we stick with that example, on all the things or one of the things in particular in the past that he or she did that wasn't very good, and you bring it up again, and you bring it up 3 months later, and you bring it up a year later, and it might even be 2 years later, and all it does is just divide you. It's a little prickly. It may have been kind of funny at first. It's not very relational. So think about your communication power. You have so much of it, and how it is you might choose to use your communication power to be kind this week. Good luck, and let us know.